Guys, welcome back to the channel. So here's my review of the Tudor Pelagos. Not long ago, you probably saw me do an unboxing on this watch. So I'm not going to get into the box and the details of what comes with the watch. We're just going to get into the actual watch. I've had this on for about a month now, and let me tell you what I think of it. I'm going to get the dimensions out of the way. It's 42 millimeters from side to side. It's 14.3 millimeters thick. It's 50 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and 22 millimeter lug opening. It's a solid titanium case, bracelet, everything is titanium. I believe the clasp might be stainless steel and the case back might be stainless steel. In fact, I think that the clasp is titanium, and for sure the case back is stainless steel. It does feel like it's a little bit heavier on the back here, okay? All titanium, fully brushed. Please excuse my voice. I've kind of lost it, but it's coming back. All brushed. Beveled edges. I love the beveled edges. It really reminds me of my older Submariners that I had, and that's the way Rolex used to make their cases before they went to the super case. But if you look at these beveled edges, there's no polishing whatsoever. Fully brushed. You see all that graininess. It's just a masterpiece. I love the look of this watch. You see some of that grainy there. I just love the way that looks. The brushing, the way they brush is just amazing. There is some scratches already, and in titanium, it's easily to remove them. It's not too bad to remove the scratches, especially on the clasp on these. Okay, so beveled edges. We have pointed crown guards, signed crown, very nice size on the crown, so it's easy to grip. We have. I'd say the bracelet is really, I mean, the entire watch I think is amazing, but this bracelet is another area where it really excels due to the fact that you can adjust it on the fly. And that's a lot like Rolex's glide lock system. So I'll get into this just real quick. You have these 3 notches. All the way out to the third position would be the biggest size, the looser position, and then up to there would be the tightest. And all you do is you just pull on the bracelet out like that, and you can move it up and down, and then it just locks right in. So that would be the tightest. So when throughout the day, when your wrist kind of shrinkens a little bit, swells a little bit, you can go back and forth with this. You go back out. There's the second position. There's your third position. And then this position is the spring. You have a spring inside here, okay? I'll show you right there. You have this spring. And what that does is when you pull this back and forth, it moves. So if you have it over a wetsuit possibly, or let's just say you want it on that position, just so you are most comfortable, this thing will just flex back and forth. Okay, so very easy to adjust on the fly, which makes this extremely comfortable. I normally will go in that position at times if I swell up a little bit, but I normally just keep it right there. Okay, like I said earlier, very nice clasp, very well made. You have your Tudor shield here. It's kind of cut out, so you have ceramic ball bearings on the inside and the outside. That's for the clasp, so when it locks right in, just like that. Very nice, very positive. If you look at the diver's extension, it's right here. You just push right here and it pops out. So there's your diver extension. So you have a little extra there as well. And that just goes right back in, slips in, pops down, and that's it. Okay? Screwed in links, and it's one link. It's not, screws on each side with a pin in the middle like Omega does. These are solid one-piece screw-in links, which I really do appreciate, okay? Very easy to size. You have a Helium escape valve. It is a 500-meter diver, of course. The dial on this thing is just, I love the dial. It's amazing. It's kind of recessed in there where your applied indices go into this kind of where the inner chapter ring is kind of cut out for the markers just to lay into. It's just beautiful. I love the look of it. All matte black all throughout. Loom to bezel insert, and we're going to get into the loom in this because that's another area where this watch just totally shines, okay? This is a complete tool watch, one of the best tool watches out there. In fact, quite arguably better than a Submariner, because a Submariner isn't really a tool watch anymore, and it's just a fact, okay, guys? This is a tool watch right here. This is a straight up tool watch. This is what the Submariner used to be, 20, 30 years ago. But this is the modern day tool watch. You have Pelagos on the, you have 5 lines of text. Some people complain about this. I don't mind it at all. You have Pelagos, you have chronometer, officially certified, rotor self-winding, you have 500 meter, 1,640 feet. I don't mind that at all. You have 2-liner Submariners, you have 4-liner subs. There's nothing wrong with this. I like that. Tudor Geneve, you have the Tudor shield up at the 12 o'clock at the top, printed on. Your date wheel is white with black font, so it just matches perfectly with the dial layout. The bracelet, like I said, is just amazing. It's an amazing bracelet, very comfortable. The snowflake hands, just iconic snowflake hands. You see that? Amazing, just the way it looks. This is a iconic piece, just like the Mercedes hands on the Submariner. This is their trademark on the Tudor, is the snowflake, so it's just perfect. I mentioned the helium escape valve there. The case back, we have, and it's kind of a scratch magnet. When you lay the watch down like this and you just lay it down, it will scratch the back. I did have on the sticker for a little while, but I removed it. Should have just left it on because I wouldn't have got so many scratches, but oh well. Tudor manufacturer, caliber, MT5612, so that's all etched in there. Got your serial number, model number, 25600T is the model number. Inside, we are running the MT5612, which is a 26 jewel movement. It's anti-magnetic. It has a silicone hairspring, and then it also has a free sprung balance. This thing's been about +1, +2 seconds, not even 2 seconds a day fast since I put it on, and I've been wearing it off and on for a full month. Okay, if you follow me on Instagram, there's a lot of shots on this, so I'm off and on with my other pieces, but this gets a lot of wrist time. I just love wearing this watch, especially during this time of year. It's very light, easy to wear. But it's a very good movement. It's got a 70-hour power reserve. So it's going to rival anything that the Sub has in it at this time, which is the 3135, which also has, I think they're using, they are using the silicone hairspring in it. It's also a free sprung balance, but it has only a, I don't know, maybe 45-hour, 47-hour power reserve, which this has a 70. And I really appreciate that over like a weekend's time. You can pick it back up, it's still running. I never have to reset it, never have to touch it. The screw down case, or the screw down crown is very lovely. Listen. You can't hear anything. It's just so quiet, okay? So quiet. You have that trip lock crown. You have an extra rubber O-ring there. So that's how you get that 500 water resistance, of course, with the beefy, oyster case, with this screw down case back. So it's a tank. I'm not going to set the time. I've cut it perfect. It does hand wind and hack. I'm going to screw it back in. Okay. Let's do a loom shot, and then I'll throw it on my wrist. So here's the loom, and the loom is just amazing. Everything is fully loomed. And I believe this is the C3 Super Luminova. Look at that. I don't even need to turn off the lights, but we'll do it anyway. There we go. Fully applied. No blotchiness anywhere. High quality. Rolex quality. You just see that loom. Look at that. And that's another thing that I love. I got this watch on, it becomes dark, and you're going, let's say you're going to dinner, you go in, you come out, you go in when it's light, you come in when it's dark, and this thing's just just glowing. And it's funny at night, sometimes I'll wear it to bed and this thing is just like, if the room's dark, it just glows onto the wall. It's crazy. It's like a flashlight. It's amazing. So very good loom on this. Amazing loom. All right, let's flip the lights back on. It does come with a rubber strap that's with a diver's extension for it. I have not used that. I probably will eventually, but I just love this bracelet. I've been rocking the bracelet and I just love it. So this is on my 7.5-inch wrist. It just fits me perfect. Not too thick. Everyone complains how thick this watch is. Compared to the Omegas, this thing is considerably thinner than a lot of their Planet Oceans. And this has a higher power reserve than the Omega movements, Omega calibers, okay? So this is, in my opinion, far better than the Omega line, what they're putting out these days. So that's why I went with this watch. I'm very happy with it. It almost seems like, and I'll do a comparison between this and my Tudor Black Bay, but it almost seems like this is thinner than the Black Bay. Okay, and I think it is just by a little bit, but it really does seem a lot thinner because it's not stainless steel, it's not polished, so you don't see like a giant, polished flank on the side. Since it is titanium, it does dull it down a little bit, so it's just more stealthy, and it just looks much better on the wrist. So I just love that. God, I love those lugs too. That's just totally reminds me, and looking at this angle with those bevels, just totally reminds me of the older Submariners, just the way it looks. And that's what I wish. I mean, once I get my Submariner again, because I will, I'm definitely going with an older one. It's going to be the one that I've already had, which is a 14060, either the M version or just the 14060. So either one, and I wouldn't mind if it was chronometer or not. So it could be a 2-liner or the 4-liner, but that's the one I'm looking for. Once I can get one at a good price, I'll pick one up. But that is the one I'm more interested in over, the ceramic version. I just love the look of that watch. Shouldn't have sold mine because mine I only paid like $3,500 for it at the time, and which was 5 years ago, probably 6 years ago, and now they're like $6,000, $7,000. But I've actually seen them come down a little bit, so I don't know if that's if it's starting, if that bubble's going to burst or it's going to start to taper off. I don't know. I guess time will tell. But I'm very happy with this Tudor. I did not buy this because it was made by Rolex. I did not buy this because I wanted something like a Submariner. I bought this because ever since I saw this, I just love the look of it. I just wanted to have it. So that's why it's in my collection. So there you go, guys. The Tudor Pelagos, or some may say Pelagos. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.